Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we are continuing with Knights of the Old Republic 2. Uh, Last time we had started out, let's see, our ship was damaged, and we ended up on this mining station. We were unconscious for a while, and the crew found out that we were a Jedi, and some of them decided they wanted to, I guess, sell us to the exchange as a bounty out on Jedi. But something happened, and pretty much the entirety of the crew died. So we need to get our ship patched up and get out of here. Well, the ship's already been patched up apparently, but we need to get to it and get out of here. So we. Okay, let's see. Where's my switch weapons? Here we go. Oh, that. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud.
Yeah, picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there?
Let's see. So picked up some strange readings. We're in the tunnels, and this guy, what was his name, Atten, is monitoring us and helping us out from the computer room. So I think what we did last time that he might be picking up on is we increased the heat down here to make it so that the droid's thermal sensors would have a harder time detecting us. So, what kind of readings? Or what are you talking about? Or trust me, whatever you've detected, it's probably my fault. Yeah, that seems about right.
The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels.
Okay. Let's see. Audio's a little low, so let's try. Try bumping that up a little. I guess if the music gets too loud, I can always bump the music down separate. So, okay, containment fields are shutting down. Oh, okay, before they vent fuel to the surface. Okay, yeah, we don't want to be vented to the surface with fuel, so how much time do I have? Or great, how much further is the exit? Can you override it? Let's see, how much time are we looking at?
I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot, real soon.
Okay. Make sure it doesn't run us through. Where'd the... Oh, that's the droid that we were... What is our layout here? Because I remember we had two paths that we were looking at last time. But... Okay, we're over here. So okay, we're looking to go this way. This was, I guess, was the other path. Looks like that might be dead ends. Maybe let's go down there first. Excuse me, droids. I will be back in a moment. Oh, can I stun droid these mines? Okay, that's not quite as useful as being able to recover them, but that is good to know. I think this was where we saw, and I wasn't sure how much further this went back, but it looks like it doesn't go back too far, so... Okay, basic ionite edge. Looks like an upgrade for blade weapon. Okay, cardioregulator, heavy binding laser credits, chemicals and okay, good stuff. And a little dead end back here. Okay, now back to escaping. Fortunately, once again, if there's no countdown on screen, we can pretty much have all the time in the world. Okay, let's... Oh, okay, it's locked, but we... Oh, because we're in combat. That's why we can't try to unlock it. Excuse me, Mr. Droid, just looking to loot, just normal loot stuff. I guess they can communicate enough to tell that, hey, there's somebody attacking me, get over here, but not enough to help them actually find me. Yeah, these little maintenance droids are really tough to hit, apparently. There we go. Okay. Oh. Did stun droid also hit this? Is that a area attack? Or maybe it was the maintenance droid blowing up that caused it to... Okay, but why can't I try to attack this and bash it open? Okay, fine. Keep your secrets. You're probably gonna get blown up or vented into space or something anyway. Alright, action scene.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
Okay. Looks kind of like JJ47, but this one's silver instead of like reddish brown. So how do you know me? I'm not your master. Tell me what you're doing before I turn you into slag. What are you? Have you seen a T3 unit? I'm looking for a way into the Progress hangar bay. Or what's that body there? Never mind, I'll be going now. Yeah, how do you know me? Let's start with that.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous Master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Okay, it's an odd protocol. Master dies, just latch on to the nearest sentient being, I guess. Okay, who is your previous master? Or how did you get here from the Harbinger, and how did I? Tell me everything that happened between the Harbinger and now. Okay, or other questions. Who is your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
Okay, obviously. What happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Okay, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this stream, buddy, but we're kind of all about long, dull stories that aren't terribly relevant to the current situation here. So, why don't you tell me anyway? Or for a droid, you don't take orders too well. Now, tell me what happened. Just humor me.
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
How come I don't remember any of this? And where was I when this was taking place? Yeah, sorry, you're mentioning all this. I have no memory of this at all. I mean, I guess that's because it happened before the game started, but that still doesn't help me remember it, so.
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Incapacitated? Or locked? But how did I get from the Harbinger to here? Incapacitated? Who incapacitated me?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
The flurry of destruction drugged me. Not somebody drugged me in the flurry of destruction, but... drugged? What do you mean drugged? Maybe you'd better explain the stupor part. Yeah, what makes you think I was drugged?
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
Okay, locked? Or care you to explain how I was locked in the cargo hold? Or so I wasn't sealed in the cargo hold, someone locked me in. I'm beginning to have a few suspicions about this droid. Yeah, can you explain how I came to be locked in the cargo hold?
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
Which would be a particularly bad problem for this type of droid to have, especially because remember, at least if he's anything like HK47, he's a protocol droid. Words, being able to translate words and use the correct words can be kind of important in situations where you might need a protocol droid. So, fine, what happened next? But how did I get from the Harbinger to here? Well, okay, no, let's go in order. What happened next? We won't push you on very oddly suspicious malfunctions.
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Okay, any idea what had attacked the small freighter? Or what was this freighter that the Harbinger brought on board? Why would they take me aboard? Let's see, which of those is most pressing? Yeah, what attacked the small freighter? I guess we'll start there.
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure.
Okay, what was this freighter?
Explanation? I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. Okay. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Okay. Rob you of your bounty. That sounds very suspicious. And the or we could just ignore that and say, oh, the Ebon Hawk came here? No, seriously, go back to this bounty part.
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
Okay, I instantly believe you, apparently. And the Ebon Hawk came here. Or why did the Ebon Hawk come here? Do you know why the Ebon Hawk came here, I guess? We can go with that.
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
Okay, how so? Or what happened once the ship arrived? Yeah, how did the situation become clearer?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
Okay. How did they find out I was a Jedi? Or why would someone want me captured? Yeah, how did they know I was a Jedi? I believe we established last time that I had left the Jedi Order some time ago. So, it's not like I'm carrying a lightsaber or anything like that, so how did they find out?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
Unpleasantness? What are you talking about? That information wouldn't have been in core word databases, only in Jedi archives. Yeah, let's go with that. I didn't know that before this dialogue option, but I guess we'll go with that. Which itself is kind of interesting. By giving you these kinds of dialogue options, you can both have your character, acting like he knows this to, inform someone else, but it also informs the player that, okay, unless we're just flat out lying or we're mistaken, apparently, this would only be in the Jedi archives, and that's something that our character would know. Let's go with that.
Indignant exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and relay it to any interested parties in the interests of terminating any potential hostiles.
Okay, potential hostiles? So what happened with the miners when we arrived? Yeah, what potential hostiles?
Quick clarification. Apparently my vocabulary has suffered some damage, Master. I meant terminating any potential hostilities.
I see. Go on.
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Okay, then what happened?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
Okay, so what happened to the rest of the miners? Presumably not all of them were killed by mining droids.
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough, what do you mean?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are there any left alive? Or are you responsible for all this? I guess more pressing, is there anybody left alive?
Answer. I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
I need to get in there to rescue them. Or forget them then. I need to get into the hangar bay and get off this rock. No, we need to go rescue them if there's any still alive. They might have like gas masks or something that would let them survive against the gas in there.
It is unlikely any miners remain alive. As I said, the dormitory has been cut off from the rest of the facility, as has the hangar bay. There is no escape.
Can we try to contact them using a comlink? Or there must be another way to reach the dormitory. If I crawled through mining tunnels to get here, there's likely to be other tunnels. Hey, yeah, this is a mining, or an asteroid that's being mined. There's got to be tunnels like all through it.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
Those miners could be hurt or in danger. We need to make sure they're all right. I only want the codes those miners have, and when I have the codes, I'll dispose of them and leave this rock. No, we need to do it to see if the miners are okay.
Warning, Master. Continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Okay. I'm going to find those miners, and you're going to help me. Or another suggestion like that, and I'll turn you into scrap. Or I'm your master, and I'm giving you an order to assist me. Now, we're going to go help those miners, HK unit.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Alright, so how do I get the code to the airlock? This just keeps getting better and better. Who's got the code? Alright, how do I get the code to the airlock?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean? Or I'll be the judge of that. Or if you have the code, then give it to me. Now let's hear your explanation first.
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice printed musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printed? You said you already have the code? But you do know the code. So, I guess it has to be, not only do we need the code, but it has to be spoken by this guy. Well, let's hear your explanation.
Explanation? Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
Okay, but you said you already have the code?
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
Okay. Leave condescending out of your speech conditionals from now on, or else. I really don't care about that. Or then how can I bypass the voice print? Or if the maintenance officer's dead, how can I get him to speak the code? Yeah, that does seem to be a flaw with voice printing things when you're in danger.
Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
Okay, let's see if we can get some more information out of you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Okay, tell me again about the voice print protocol. We did that. How do you know me again? Okay, we've covered that. What are you? You seen a T3 unit? How can we get into the hangar bay? Okay, and what's that body? Okay. Yeah, what are you?
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
Okay. What's a translation droid doing on Paragus? Veiled threats. Okay, more questions. Yeah, what's this about veiled threats?
Clarification. Oh, yes, Master. Sometimes the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities requires the use of every weapon in one's verbal arsenal. The unspoken threat of violence to a listener's loved ones, or if possible, their entire planet, can effectively break the deadlock in the most stubborn of negotiations.
Huh. Okay, no follow-up questions apparently. So what's a translation droid doing on Paragus?
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
Okay, and what have you determined?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Paragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
Okay, wait all you want, but I'm getting out of here on my own. I never said you were coming with me. If you really want to wait here, that's fine, but I think I'm going to see if I can find a way out.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be nailed down with a droid-level precision to prevent your escape.
Okay. Let's go to more questions.
Of course, Master.
Have you seen a T3 unit? That's right. That's right, because we lost communication with T3, didn't we?
Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
I'm finding it odd that somebody apparently programmed the droid to lie or at least kind of circumvent the truth, but not very well, it would seem. So the unit was last seen near the hangar. Yeah, I think that's roughly where he was.
Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Okay, then maybe you can answer something else for me.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Okay, how can I get into the hangar bay again? Did we already ask that? 'Cause the again makes it sound like we're repeating it. Let's just go through quick and see.
Recitation. You need to open the airlock and use the construction scaffolding on the exterior of the asteroid to make your way to the dormitory section. Of course, for that, you would need to unlock the maintenance console, and without the maintenance officer to speak the voice print protocol, that is impossible.
Okay. So what's that body there? I guess that's the last question, isn't it?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams? Did he say anything at the end? Actually, honestly, I'm more curious about the fact that the droids mined him like asteroid rock, and yet there don't seem to be any visible wounds on the body. It seems like an odd way of mining asteroid. So, what screams?
Recitation. Oh yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, running through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're running through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
How? So, wait, if you can play back his voice, can't you speak the voice code? Hey, yeah! Should be able to do that.
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Believed to possess, or we could try to persuade him. The fact you can mimic voices is pretty impressive. What would it sound like if you did speak the code to the console? Or persuade. I understand if your limited functionality prevents you from mimicking the maintenance officer's voice accurately. So do we try to trick him, or do we focus on what seems to be an attempt to hide the truth from us again? I'm kind of curious about this belief to possess.
Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code.
Okay. So again, he doesn't claim to have such programming. He just says that if he did, it would prevent him from being able to do that. So it's also kind of odd that you're apparently irritated with this conversation, but at the same time you don't want me to take any action and just want to sit here until help arrives. What else are we going to be doing besides, chatting? So, he does seem to be rather vain, or at least, proud of being an HK model and kind of looking down on T3 models, so he can play up to that. So, I understand if your limited functionality prevents you from mimicking the maintenance officer's voice accurately.
Irritated objection. Master, there is nothing wrong with my communications functionality. I will prove it. A recitation.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5.
There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Can you follow me and say that again?
Alarmed objection. Oh, Master, no. I might inadvertently speak such a command near a console and accidentally unlock something I shouldn't. I was merely speaking such to prove to you that I could. It is a trait I'm quite proud of.
Okay. Looks like I'll need to find some way to carry your voice there, or record it. Sure, saying that out loud to the droid who very obviously doesn't want us to do that doesn't seem like a bad idea at all.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
Okay. No, I had some other questions I wanted to ask you. Let's see if there's anything we missed.
Of course, Master.
Okay, voice print, how do you know me? What are you? T3. Are you sure you haven't seen a T3 unit? How do I get into the hangar bay? What's that body? Never mind, I'll be going now. Okay, so... yeah, man, his considering he was complaining about them, like, burning through his legs are being in pretty good shape there. Components, credits, energy shield, and more credits. It seems like there's too many doors in these rooms. Unless there's like a hidden divider or something to these rooms.
It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
Don't interrupt me when I'm trying to distract from the game to just nitpick stuff. So I mean, you would think with doors on either side like this that there would be, like a divider in the middle so that you could close off the room into two separate rooms and then open it up into one large room if you wanted. That doesn't seem to be the case. Well, I guess being in a futuristic, well, long time ago futuristic sci-fi setting, maybe it's like it can be hidden in here, or it can laser project a wall or something. Datapad, sonic imprint sensor. Okay, what's this? With the protocol droid's help, I've finished work on the sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using its ability to record and play back voices to override the droid's voice print protocols. Okay. So in this one, apparently, datapads will automatically display when we pick them up. That's nice. Don't have to go digging through our inventory every time. It's interesting that we find a datapad that happens to directly address the issue we're trying to solve at the moment. Okay, I want to see about upgrading items. Okay. Sorry, I need to turn the sound off on my phone. So, okay, we can upgrade our minor uniform to get damage immunity and some damage resistance against cold and fire. Okay, that seems pretty good. So where can we... Okay, so it looks like we can remove that later in the future if we want. It's like when we get better armor, we can probably take the underlay off to be able to swap it over to some better armor. Or maybe we'll just have some better...
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
Okay, just a second. I'm gonna see how far we can actually get through here before... see how far we can actually get through to, Oh. I am actually running very low on health. Did not notice that, so... That's good. Okay, we get another minor sonic detonator to help replace the ones that we just used. Oh, I think this was... We encountered fields like this as T3, so that must have been like on the other side. We're near where T3 was. Yeah, 'cause I think that's like the long haul, and then this way was the fields, and then over there was like the console that he went to and got done what he needed to do. Okay, let's level up. Let's see, we're trying to go with a force-focused build, so let's look at Wisdom and Charisma. I'm going to try to keep Wisdom and Charisma like even, like bump up one, bump up this to 16 so we get a new bonus, and then we'll bump up the other one to 16 to get a new bonus. But which one do we want to do first? Okay, High Wisdom adds modifiers to Jedi Force points and Force power saving throws. The Force powers of a Jedi with High Wisdom are also much harder to resist. Okay, so that would be useful so we don't have people just saving against our Force powers. High Charisma increases the potency of a character's Force powers. It also reduces the penalty when using Force powers. Okay, and High Charisma also improves your companion's chance to hit, as well as Persuade skill. Okay, so let's see. Let's go with Wisdom first. Okay. Okay, we got 3 points here. See through the lies of the Jedi, not fear the dark side as I do. Yeah, heard that before. And actually, it was interesting that in the last game, as we were looking at the philosophies of the Jedi and the Sith, it does seem that both of them have a certain amount of truth in them, but both of them also seem to put a little bit too much focus on certain elements. So, throw lightsaber, drain force. Okay, that's a dark side power. Can't upgrade any of our existing powers. So what do we want? We already have mind trick. We have stun droid. Oh, just stunning people would also be nice, I'm guessing. Yeah, let's do that. Allows the Jedi to assault the mind of an opponent, effectively stunning them for 9 seconds. There we go. Alright. Oh. odd-looking droids. Mining Droid Mark II. I wonder how being bipedal helps them in mining. I'm not sure that it really helps protocol droids either. At least not in their normal duties, but at least with the protocol droid it makes a certain amount of sense because they're interacting with lots of sentience, and so looking something like those, it's just going to make people more, people be more comfortable interacting with them. But here, if their primary job's mining, why do they need to walk around on two legs, kind of stumbling like that? The little crawly ones were much faster. Okay, bash open the door. Yeah, I didn't need to get a mine. I'm actually kind of impressed that we managed to miss hitting a door that's actually about as big as the broadside of a barn. So... Missing these guys makes sense. Missing the door, not so much. Guess I should just be happy we didn't miss the stunned droid standing right in front of us. Is there anything to loot in here? There's a door. Floating mines. Will they attack us, or are they just gonna sit there until... Okay, here we go. And you. Oh, a nice little sword flourish there. Okay, security door. This must be where we need to bring the voice print in order to get out. Okay. Okay, broken item. We also got a reflex package, parts and components. Okay, so we can access maintenance logs, emergency subroutines, comm systems, cameras, fuel depot layout. We have 2 computer spikes, so hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, what's the sonic imprint sensor?
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands.
Okay. What about the Ebonhawk droids?
Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior cores, so... There's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off.
The protocol droid was put in charge of updating some mining droid behavior cores. That doesn't sound sketchy at all.
Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in medbay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War.
It's interesting that he found out we're a Jedi, and his first response was, "Hey, I wonder if he has any cool Jedi stories or knows about the Jedi," rather than just immediately wanting to sell us to the exchange. Although now we're talking about exchange bounty, so let's see if that stays true.
Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Korta. Korta said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shut down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think Korta and his men are gonna give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid, and he seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Korta wouldn't...
Okay. Sonic imprint sensor update. Let's check that out.
With the protocol droid's help, I made some upgrades to the sonic imprint sensor, using some of the droid's vocabulator subroutines. In addition to its ability to store and record voices, it now has the droid's full array of alien languages, including Basic. Should prove useful as a portable translator. I tried to make sure the protocol unit got some credit for helping fashion it, but the droid refused, saying the work was reward enough. I was thinking of installing the prototype in one of the mining droids as a test, and see what happens.
Okay. Okay, so then we can use the sonic sensor to get the voice print ID. I think I actually want to go get it from HK just because he's very adamant about not doing that, and just kind of want to bug him, so we'll skip that for now. And we'll check out security problems.
The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
Okay, what emergency subroutines do we have? Okay, check for exits from the fuel depot. Containment field active, administration turbolift active, emergency turbolift shut down, and the airlock is active. Okay, what's the containment field? Containment field activated, breach in fuel lines detected, access to hangar bay denied. Okay, we can trace the source of the breach, or we can check for other... Let's trace the source of the breach. The system is registering a blast in one of the main fuel lines. The containment field has been activated to keep the explosion isolated within the hangar bay and fuel lines. Okay. Awareness. That would imply that the fuel lines connect directly to the hangar bay. If you could get access to the fuel lines, you could bypass the containment field entirely. Okay, let's check the fuel lines. Although the fuel lines are currently sealed because no ships are docked with the facility, they would open automatically if a ship did arrive. That would mean you would have to board the docked ship and go through the fuel line to reach the hangar, however, which would be an extreme means of gaining access. Okay, what about other exits? It also relies on us getting a ship here, and, I mean, what are the odds of that happening? So, what are the other exits? Turbo lift to administration level. Turbo lift to administration, access to fuel depot denied, access to administration permitted. The turbo lift to the administration level is programmed to automatically open only when entering administration from the fuel depot. So it's a one-way trip, I guess. Okay, turbo lift to mining tunnels. That's probably, I think that's what we came up, and the explosion happened down in the mining tunnels. So that's probably not going to be a good bet. Venting systems activated, access denied. The turbolift door to the mining tunnels has been locked down and it cannot be opened. You cannot use it to re-enter the tunnels. What about the airlock? Okay, oh, that's the door we were looking at. The airlock door has been sealed from inside this level as if to prevent someone from coming in from the outside. Can we open the door to the airlock? Access denied. Voice print identification required. Strangely enough, this console has been voice printed. Not only does it require a code, but the code has to be spoken in the user's voice, most likely the voice of the maintenance officer. Until the voice print ID is given, you cannot give commands through the terminal, though you can search through the records, cameras, and perform checks on various systems. Okay, comms. Communication system damaged, inoperative. Can we run diagnostics? Signal unit destroyed. Comm system from fuel depot inoperative. The comm system circuit has been severed with a laser drill, and there is too much interference in the asteroid rock to allow you to contact any other level via comm link. Okay. Cameras. Guess that's the containment field. The droid maintenance area has been sealed by the emergency lockdown. However, new programming has been introduced to keep it from opening even if the lockdown is cancelled. There's no way to shut down the field that you can see from this terminal. That means anyone inside the facility is effectively cut off from the hangar bay. Okay, maintenance level. Okay, the fuel line sensors. Hey, that looks like T3. The fuel line deposits fuel into docked starships. Since no ships are currently docked at the Progress facility, it is sealed. There appears to be a damaged T3 unit dumped into the fuel line. It may be your missing T3 unit. There's also some sort of metal case next to the T3 unit, but you can't make it out. It may have been deliberately dumped down there. Okay, the airlock. Okay, we already saw the airlock. We can destroy the console. That seems rather counterproductive, so let's log out. Okay, that's the turbo lift up to the administration area, but I don't necessarily want to go there yet, because didn't we say that was a one-way trip? Or it seemed like it. So let's see if we can trick the HK into doing his voice pattern thing again.
It is a pleasure to see you intact. Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Okay. Can you play back the maintenance officer's last words? Okay, while we have the sonic sensor.
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through...
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts.
I've already heard that. Okay, can you speak the voice code? I think we've already done this. Let's go around again.
Objection. Master.
Okay. Persuade plus sonic sensor. Let's try this one. The fact that you can mimic voices is pretty impressive. What would it sound like if you did speak the code?
Proud answer. Master, I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5.
There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Yes, I think that's all I need.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
Never mind. Then I'll be going. Okay, glad you're not finding that at all suspicious, that we asked you to repeat the conversation again. Okay, let's enter the voice print code.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5.
Okay, beeping from the droid console. Oh, I don't know if I clicked something or not. Can we run diagnostic? Okay, no. Okay, I think I just accidentally clicked on that, so let's open the door to the airlock with maintenance officer override. I guess we probably should have checked to make sure the outside door of the airlock was closed, but it seems like it was all okay. I guess going out the airlock, we probably need like a spacesuit or something. Or maybe we're not going onto the outer portion of the... Okay, here we go. In order to exit the airlock, you will need the space suit stored in the locker in this room. It should equip automatically when you select the outer airlock. Okay, so let's make sure to grab that first. Space suit. Okay, the Progress asteroid exterior. Okay, fortunately we didn't just run off the edge there. So let's see, there's Paragus. I guess, based on where we are, I guess those are fuel lines, so the ships would come up, like park over here, and then fuel lines would extend to them. These are, I guess, vents of some kind. Is that... I guess it said something about... what was it? Due to the explosion, we're venting fuel. We're venting something. Okay, yeah, because that looks like a docking port, so probably definitely ships would pull up here. That's so that the people can get in and out, and then those would be hoses that would come out and connect to the fuel tanks. Okay. And I just realized, how do we even have gravity up here? You'd think we'd be, if there were
That's
enough
about
mass for
time.
gravity.
I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility, on the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
I'm right outside the observation window. Or your readings are correct. Anything to report? Or really? Maybe you should look up. Yeah, we're right out here. You can see us.
Huh? What are you doing out there?
I need to reach the miners in the dormitory section, and this is the only way to get there. Or why don't you make yourself useful and shut down the vending system before I'm burned alive? I'm just taking a relaxing walk. Well, I mean, it is kind of a nice relaxing walk, but no, we do need to get to the miners in the dormitory section.
You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick.
What do you mean? Something wrong? I'm trying to pick up the pace, believe me. Yeah, something wrong?
What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paragus fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path.
Can't you shut them down? Looks like I'll have to hurry then. Why are the vents placed so close to the exterior scaffolding? Yeah, that's a good question.
That's just it. They're not supposed to be active when the airlock's opened, and not without the safety measures kicking in. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior, and only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if...
Is that Gray back there?
What now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, we got the Star Wars line. Okay, so this is very similar to the, I forget the name, the ship that we were on at the beginning of the first game. Okay, that's gonna bug me. What is it? And he is not looking too well. Although his face is actually kind of Paragus-like, with looks like a... Whoop. Okay, just a second. Okay. Let's see if we can get this. It's strange, it didn't actually shut down, but it doesn't want to open up. Okay, sorry about this. We have a few technical difficulties. I think we're going to have to try to restart this. Okay. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, we did get an autosave right here, so let's... Oh, wait, no, that's from last week, so... Alright, we'll have to go through this part again, and we'll see if it tries crashing again, or if it'll actually let us through this time. Okay, so once again, so there's Paragus, here's rather dangerous vents. Yeah, why would you build it so they vent directly onto the paths? Even if there's safety measures in place, you would think, like, hey, let's set it up higher on the asteroid or something so that we don't really need to worry about safety measures like that.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnel.
Okay.
I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility.
Yep. Try looking up.
Huh? What are you doing out there?
Okay. So I'm taking a relaxing walk this time.
You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to pick up the pace, believe me.
What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active. Most likely from the they're venting Paragus fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents. Right in your path.
Okay. Can you shut them down?
I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if... Now what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, can we skip past this? Okay. Can't really skip this cutscene, but I guess we get to see the guy with the really... It's odd because it's not like he's scarred, it's almost like he's just cracking. And not mentally, but like physically just cracking. So, okay, you're gonna... Okay, looked like it might have missed a cutscene, but or another cutscene, but at least we're getting progress now. Don't swing too close. Some of us are still out here walking. There we go. Fuel tube linking up. Okay, and then we're getting the walkway extending.
He has come.
Oh. Okay. Thank you for the ominous. I'm assuming that was just that was all she had, and that it wasn't just the game deciding to skip stuff again. Okay, so this, I guess it's set up so that you can have ships. You know, some ships might have docking in the rear near the engines. Others will have docking up front. So you can, I guess, accommodate different ships this way. Endar Spire, that's the ship from the first game. It looks like it's, I don't know if it's exactly the same type of ship, but it definitely has a very similar style. Both of them have this kind of big bit on the front near the cockpit, or the bridge. So, I guess first we'll check the dormitory levels, then we'll probably have to hope that the guy on the ship doesn't mess with us too much. Okay, let's. Why can I not click on this? Okay, sorry, I need to. Alright, just a second. For some reason my mouse is not wanting to do anything in the game, so I think I might have to. I can't seem to go away and try it again, or shift focus back, so I think I might have to restart it again. So I think what's going on is some of these older games, it seems like the computer does not like it when they try to play movies. Which is unfortunate, because it's where a bit of the story happens. Okay, let's. Did manage to get a quick save here, so. There we go. Okay, hopefully this won't be a recurring theme whenever we try to whenever we need to view a video. I'll check this week to see if there's any mods or anything I can get to try to improve video playback. Okay, credits and chemicals. This guy is really resistant to our force abilities, isn't he? Datapad storage log. Okay. Now the fire suppression systems have gone active and I can't even make it to the dormitory section. I watched the turrets turn their carbonite freeze rays on Mabin before he even got halfway across the room. Fortunately, their range doesn't seem to go beyond the room itself, so I was able to remain safe in the corridor. but I didn't have any ranged weapons to take them out from a distance. I didn't have a stealth field generator to sneak across the room either. I tried unlocking the storage room door to see if there were any cold-resistant items or grenades I could use, but the door was sealed from the lockdown. I don't know enough about security systems to open it. I didn't have a sonic charge to blow the door open. Still, as long as the droids don't make it into this section, I should be alright. Oh, the irony. Okay, let's see. I don't know, is the music a little bit loud? Let's bump the music and the sound effects down a little bit. Okay, so what's in here? Okay, so this is the, supposed to be the storage room he was talking about. Okay, let's keep this, we're gonna need to bash some stuff open. Okay, adrenal alacrity. I think that's increase our dexterity. Okay, some credits, repair kit. Insulated gloves. Okay, power pulsator. Okay, strength and stamina. Workbench. Well, let's check our inventory. We have the safety harness. Okay, insulated gloves will give us additional cold and fire protection. These thick gloves are typically used by workers at metal processing plants. Okay, we'll also get a heat shield just in case we need it. Alright. So I wonder, between our thermal layer and our gloves, maybe we'll be able to resist the freeze. Okay, well, that was... I guess having grenades is helpful too. Alright, good. Okay. Some components and more grenades. I guess if we're focusing on a melee build, and if we're focusing... well, actually focusing on force abilities, so that's... oh, I don't have enough force, that's why. So I guess ranged enemies won't be a problem. Won't be an issue. But having grenades will still be nice for clearing out groups of enemies. Or for right now, when we don't really have all that many force abilities. I liked it better when none of the droids could detect us and could just hit them pretty easily. Okay, let's see. Yes, let's get some more med pack. Heal up. Although, I'm kind of curious why fire suppression droids and fire suppression units are just like spitting out liquid nitrogen or some kind of cryo freezing fluid or something. You don't generally put out a fire just by cooling things down. You put out a fire by like smothering it or guess maybe you could cool things down, but that would require you to, be able to reach the source of the fire. Whereas smothering it, you can often get even if you can't actually, even if you can't get to the very source. Okay, you guys have a little bit longer range than I was anticipating. Oh, you're gonna heal them up? Okay, well fine, here, have a grenade. And another one. I guess if you can hit me while within range anyway, might as well just... Yeah, again, it's actually kind of impressive that I'm managing to miss this much. I guess maybe here I have the excuse of the thing keeps cooling me down and maybe I'm like shivering or something. There we go. Alright. It's another one that it's not letting us bash it open for some reason. Or like, do anything with it. Stop being frozen, just finish it. Okay, we're gonna need one more hit, I think. There we go. Now you. Come on, you guys shoot even worse than I do. At least I can hit the locker. Gamorrean gauntlets and accuracy gloves. Okay, I'm guessing that's gloves to increase strength and gloves to increase... Or, I guess those didn't really... They say they're gloves, but they look kind of like bracers. Okay, sonic detonator, good. Okay, credits, energy shield. Alright. What? Just attack. Okay, now heal up. Okay, let's go ahead and level up, because that should fully heal us and might make us be able to get a little bit of a boost here mid-battle. Don't worry, droids will be back to destroy you in a moment. Just need to... Okay, okay, so it's defense and saving throws. Okay, let's get a burst of speed. That'll give us 2 defense and increase movement speed, which might be helpful in some areas. I thought I did select it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, didn't regain our force points, but at least it regained our health, so... and sonic detonator, good. So I'm kind of curious, we passed a door with a terminal earlier. I thought that was the way forward and this would be like a little dead end here we could examine first, but now it's almost looking like this is a larger area, so I'm going to go back to check that other thing out first. Okay, datapad minor log, Guidon beacon, okay, and other stuff, so what's this? Got another lecture about contraband today. Security hasn't started doing spot checks of the quarters yet, so my cache in the lower bunk in my room on the eastern dormitory should be safe. You won't even know it's there unless you know to look for. Thank you for being very specific with that. Okay, lower bunk in the eastern dormitory. Cordy came around again, asking if I had any special cargo to sell, but I was getting a bad feeling about how he was asking, so I stayed quiet about my stash. I'm going to keep that blaster I smuggled from Telos and a few grenades there, just in case things here get rough. Okay. Only benefit of having a room the farthest from the door is that it should buy me enough time to dump the contraband if security does a surprise inspection. Okay, so in the eastern dormitory, room farthest from the door, the lower bunk, there might be something. Korta, been hearing a lot about you. Minor log, minor laser, energy shield. This hollow log looks like it needs to be plugged into a hollow recorder in order to play back the contents. Okay. Mining laser, Mandalorian melee shield. Okay, some standard. Okay, this is a blue door, so this will lead us to a new area. Okay, we'll check out everything else first. Okay, normal stuff. Alright, I guess first let's go back to this door over here. Oh, this door appears to be locked from the console across the room. I don't know how it appears to be connected to the console, but... Okay, primary functions offline. We can try to reroute the main control system, try to slice the system, or we can destroy the console to force open the dormitory door. Okay, let's try to reroute the main console system. You've rerouted the system, bypassing the main console functions. Okay, let's check duty shift logs. These appear to be nothing more than long lists of work assignments, with the number of miners available for duty decreasing over the past 3 days, citing several medbay logs. Okay, so that's the miners getting attacked and their numbers dwindling. Okay, remote camera controls. Mess hall. Okay, that's where we fought all the droids. Dormitory west. Okay. Can shut down the dormitory ventilation system. It looks like the miners inside the dormitory are either dead or unconscious, and that gas you see on the screen looks toxic. Okay, let's see if we can shut down the ventilation system. There we go. Okay, dormitory east. It looks like the miners inside the dormitory are either dead or unconscious, but the poison gas looks like it's been shut off. Okay, I wonder if it was because we just shut off gas and it shuts it off to both of them, or... Turbo lift to administration level. Okay, that's where we're looking before. Okay, so we need to examine the dormitories, then we'll get to the turbo lift. End dormitory emergency lockdown. There we go. It'd be nice if in real life you could get just get experience points from clicking a few prompts on a computer from standard multiple choice list. This terminal looks shattered beyond repair. Can we scavenge some components? Okay, we can. Good. Okay, Mandalorian melee shield. So what is it? He said in the eastern dormitory, in the room that's farthest from the door, so it should actually be in this area. Okay, select friendly force power. Yep, so we're gonna try doing force speed. And okay. Whoa. Okay, weird blurry effect as we run. Not sure I like that. That's seems like that might be prone to. I'm not terribly prone to motion sickness, but that seems like the type of thing that might bother some people if we use that too much, so I'll try to be rather sparing with that. Okay. Why is there a Mind Foreman log in the refresher? Okay, this hollow log looks like it needs to be plugged into a hollow reader in order to play back the contents. Okay. So we need a hollow reader. Okay, good. Okay, the effect's worn off, so we're not gonna make anybody sick anymore, I guess. Dock officer log. Okay. Ion cell, okay. And precision chamber mark 1, so we got some upgrades. The store's locking mechanism is damaged beyond repair. We'll need to blow it up with a mine. I don't think we have any mines. Well. Is that the one that's farthest from the door? I think it is, so. Okay, because we can't get whatever stash is in there without mines. Maybe we'll find some mines in the other place. It would be kind of odd to find mines in the other dorm, because I would think mines would be something that you wouldn't want people just bringing into dormitories. There's a log terminal. Okay, well, let's... So we might be able to use this log terminal to read the logs. But let's do that last. If that is indeed what we can do there, it'd be best to go make sure we have any logs we can find before doing that. Okay. I guess we could have had a lot more logs if we put some points into demolitions, so we could be recovering the mines instead of just destroying them or bypassing them. Okay, so we got some more blaster upgrades. Okay, more shields. Alright, search for logged holo display entries. Okay, let's see if there's any logged in here itself, or it looks like we can do all the ones that we have gathered. So, have any been logged in? No logged holos on system. Insert personal datapad to play hololog. Okay, let's look at the mine administrator. Access entry emergency status.
This may be the beginning of a long record. It's about an hour after the facility suffered the explosion that triggered the emergency lockdown. Just finished helping the dock officer set up the transmission relay. Not much signal strength, but it's better than nothing. The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13, then the next 2 numbers are...
Sir, couldn't we contact the medbay? Maybe the Jedi's awake. If so, he could help us.
No good. The link to the medical computer was severed from the hub, just like the administration console. Even if the Jedi wakes up, how would we get the dormitory turbo lift code to him? Without it, the turbo lift to the administration level is locked down.
Okay. So let me watch that again.
This may be the beginning of a long record. It's about an hour after the facility suffered the explosion that triggered the emergency lockdown.
Okay.
Just finished helping the dock officer set up the transmission relay. Not much signal strength, but it's better than nothing. The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3,
13.
Sir, couldn't we contact the medbay? Maybe the Jedi's awake. If so, he could help us.
No good. The link to the medical computer was severed from the hub, just like the administration console. Even if the Jedi wakes up, how would we get the dormitory turbo lift?
Okay, so it's interesting. They're trying... So they're severed from the main part of the base, and their concern... I guess something had already happened in the medical bay because they're concerned not with contacting the folks who are there, they're concerned with contacting us. And so I guess they figured that we would be able to use the code to get to the administration level, and then that would help them out somehow. Okay, and it's 5-digit code. That's 3, 17, 13, and then 2 more numbers. Okay, what about inventory and supplies?
We just took an inventory of our supplies. We've got enough emergency rations in the dormitories to last almost a month. But with all the problems in the facility, I don't know how long we'll last. I wish we could contact the Jedi. Maybe he could... but no, he's still floating in that damn tank. Someone's played us for fools. And since KotOR and his crew aren't locked in here with us, it's pretty clear who it was. If I ever catch up with that Mandalorian-loving son of a... At least the air scrubbers are still working, even though they're tied into the... Hey, what's happening to the ventilation system?
Oh no. Okay, so that's what happened. So apparently it's actually playing this holo recording over a camera feed, and that's why we're seeing the bodies right where the holograms are falling down. Which seems odd. You'd think they would either record it or give a camera feed, not both at the same time. Okay, let's do the, that was the mine administrator. Let's look at the mine foreman. Okay, let's look at much trouble. Work report. It has been 2 days since the broken Jedi came to facility. Work efficiency is down and fuel is backing up in vents, waiting for processing. Fight, the frequency increases. KotOR and his crew think we should take the Jedi and split the many credits by selling Jedi to exchange. Tried to convince me to join them. I want nothing to do with exchange. They're like a big violent family that do terrible things to outsiders who deal with them. But KotOR does not care. In my mind, it is better letting a Jedi go wherever a Jedi wants to go. When Jedi get mad, they start big wars, set galaxy on fire. Okay, sorry if that's a little bit me talking over him. Trying to make sure that if you can't read it, you can still get what's going on. So, interesting. So he was one of the ones, must have been one of the ones who didn't want to sell us to the exchange. Doesn't want anything to do to the exchange, and is of the belief that Jedi basically set the galaxy on fire, which, given what we saw in the last game, I mean, I can't really say he's wrong about that, so. Alright, let's see, talk with KotOR failure. I had a careful, inoffensive talk with Korta and asked him to not make trouble with the Jedi. I remind him we are ordered to leave Jedi alone, and we should follow orders, or facility fall apart. My words had much sense, but Korta got all angry and human face, then said the facility is going to fall apart anyway. After talk, I listened. Why do they do this? I'm thinking of repeating this to the administration officer, but that will cause more trouble, cause more inefficiency. What do I do? Okay, I need to see that second bit again. After talk, I listened to him talking to the maintenance officer on comm. They're going to smuggle a Jedi off of Paragus. So I wonder if they were planning to smuggle us off. Maybe that's why there's a ship. The ship just showed up. Maybe they contacted a ship to come and pick us up. Okay, must take action. Entry incomplete. I heard last comm talk from Korta to maintenance officer. Maintenance officer said he had big plan for disabling station, leaving us all trapped here while he and Korta escaped with the Jedi. I'm still afraid of Korta, who is big, loud, and unreasonable. So I went to the maintenance officer, who is smaller, more sensible, more Sullivan. I asked him why he made trouble with Korta. Maintenance officer crack eyebrow hair at me, pretend to not know what I'm talking about, saying he not speak to Korta at all. Why all human lie? Can't wait any longer. Must.
Your ears always were too big, CN. Come on, if the maintenance officer comes through on the explosions, these dorms are gonna be filling up soon. And shut that damn datapad off and throw it down the refresher.
Okay, that's why this datapad was in the refresher. They were trying to get rid of it so it couldn't be used as evidence against them. Okay. What about dock officer? Okay. Evacuation.
We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here. We've been trying to use the holo-transmitter to beam a transmission to the administration level to end the lockdown. But the administration console's been severed from the main hub. Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own as soon as possible. But there's no way to break the dormitory seals from the inside. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. We've been trying to find a way to circumvent the lockdown and get to our hangar bay, but so far, no luck.
Not being able to break the dormitory seals from the inside seems like a bit of a design flaw. I mean, you want, if there's something where you need to seal people in for safety reasons, you want that, but at the same time you don't necessarily want to trap people when there could be an emergency. Fuel depot force field.
The situation's worse than we thought. Even if we get out of here, we can't shut down the fuel depot force fields if a fuel leak was detected. If so, the only way off this asteroid is if a ship docks with us. But the only connection to the docking platform is on the administration level, and we can't get up to the docking bay while we're trapped here. I only hope someone survived the explosion in the mining tunnels. If not, then we're stranded here, unless our transmission reaches a passing ship, or a Telos freighter.
Would a Telos freighter not be considered a passing ship? Not sure I understand that much. Okay. Distress transmission.
Managed to use the holo-transmitter here as a crude relay to beam short-burst transmissions outside the Paragus facility. With any luck, the transmission will carry beyond the asteroid field. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a simple military flash code to transmit the code to the turbolifts, so maybe our rescuers can get down to the dormitory when they reach the station. Without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. And without those codes, we wouldn't be able to get to the administration level if we found a way out on our own. The messages are short distress calls only, since we can't get much signal strength. It's pretty weak, so unless a ship is actively searching the area, it might be a long time before a ship picks up the message. After all, who would be scouring frequencies way out here looking for trouble?
Okay. And finally, the minor hololog. Minor, Korta log active. Warning, log encrypted. Okay. So we found Korta's log, but it's encrypted. Okay, what about the transmission?
The transmission gives the code to open the turbolift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13, then the next 2 numbers are...
Why did you have to preface it with, and the next two numbers are, that seems like it was just unnecessarily drawing it out just to tempt somebody to come and interrupt you. Okay. Okay, maybe we can try to guess what the numbers are. Or maybe it'll just be like a multiple choice question. We can just go off the first three. It's 3, 17, 13. I'm not sure I'd see a pattern in that just on its own. But if we had a little bit more data, we might be able to see a pattern. Okay, some chemical. Okay, this must be the like salad bar for the dining facilities out there. Okay, data pad, mess hall log. Okay, let's check that. I swear they're never going to get around to fixing the ventilation systems, and if the food processor's back up again, the next time the fumes start flooding the mess hall, I'll be dead rather than just nauseous. I'll keep the breath mask here just in case we have a repeat incident. Okay, so just to explain why we're finding a breath mask in the galley here. So, lab station. Can I make some med kits? Yeah, med pack. Okay, good. Alright, can we open this door? Turbolift access console system active, camera records active. Let's open the turbolift door. Alright. Enter 5-number code sequence, number range from 1 to 20. Alright, can we enter the code numbers? So we had 3, 17, 13. I think all of those are prime numbers. I don't know if that helps us, but... 7 and 19, I guess. Okay, can we slice the door? Failure. The door has no access port for a computer spike. It looks like you'll have to enter the code manually or destroy the console to try and force the turbo lift door. Okay, let's see if we can find any more information. I was wondering if maybe KotOR2 would have some information since he... since he was here, but it looks like they didn't get into the turbo lift, so I'm guessing they didn't have the code either. Okay, so 3, 17, 13. Access the camera log. Accessing camera log recorded 5 minutes after emergency lockdown.
Almost didn't make it out of the dormitory section before the lockdown, you murglack. You're cutting a little close, aren't you?
Yes, a regrettable miscalculation on my part.
I'm contacting you because I'm picking up a subspace transmission from within that level. Is that your doing?
No, they must be trying to use the old relay system to send an emergency signal. I doubt they know what's really going on.
Hey, this turbo lift's locked down.
Try the code again, and don't worry about the miners and their transmission. By the time help arrives, we'll be all the way to Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, they won't be leaving the dormitories. The explosion within the tunnel has damaged the ventilation systems, causing breaches in the core exhaust conduits.
What? That's going to kill them all!
Not all of them, but I'm sending a number of mining droids to your location right now to correct that problem.
Korta, this turbo lift's locked down. The sequence isn't working.
Keep trying it! You! Why are you doing this? Why me?
You? It was never about you. The Jedi is all that interests me. But then you had to ruin everything by revealing his identity, and then trying to harm him. And that I cannot allow.
Statement. You are a risk, Korta. You are impulsive, crude, and soon, deceased.
Okay, so is our HK unit that...
Mocking query. Korta, are you dead yet? Smug statement. I believe I forgot to mention that I reversed the turbolift codes, in case you managed to get this far.
Okay. So, reversing the codes, but without knowing what the codes are, that I'm not sure that helps us much. Try the opposite of what I did, even though I have no clue what the last two numbers are. So yeah. I guess the only thing we can try is destroy the console to force open the door. Okay, at least we managed to actually hit the console. That would have been embarrassing if we hadn't. Also, not sure I think much of that design that you can just destroy the command console and get it to do whatever you want. Seems a little overly permissive as well as restrictive in number of uses.
I have felt a disturbance. Our enemy is here. We must leave at once.
Okay. Enemy? Or we? There's no we here. Then let's go. Yeah, who's this enemy you're talking about? I mean, we saw him in the cutscene, but what can you tell us about him?
The one that fired upon the Ebon Hawk as we attempted to rescue you. And he will not let us go without blood being shed.
So what? If he's willing to bleed a little, that's more entertainment for me. Or wait, who is this enemy? If he didn't bring an army with him, then he's the one in trouble. Let's go. Yeah, but who is he? Seriously.
The story is a long one, and time is short. Come, we must go, and quickly.
Alright, let's go.
We need to make our way to the docking area on this level. I fear the airlock has already opened, and if so, we must be on our guard. If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape on the ship that is docked here.
Okay, Kreia is joining the party. When she is in your active party, her mentor special ability gives everyone a bonus to earned experience points. Okay. So I don't know if this is specific to Kreia or if this is... well, I think this mentor ability is specific to Kreia, but I wonder if this means that everybody's going to have a special ability that we get when they're with us. Could be useful.
Yes?
You know, I want to... Okay. I want to level you up. Wait a second. Okay, so she's also a Jedi Consular. So let's go ahead and have her focus on wisdom as well. She gets 4 points, though. She's focusing on stealth, awareness, and treat injury, and persuasion. Okay. Look at this. She has universal power, universal power, but she also has a dark side power. Fear. This power causes fear in a single creature such that they will cower in fear of the attacking Jedi for 6 seconds. Does not affect droids. She has a gray background, so I guess she might not be a full dark Jedi, but she's not a full light side Jedi either. Just remember, light side. This is basically like, you know, the little bar we saw in the last game. If she were light side, she'd have a blue background. If she were dark side, she'd have a red background. I think we can see that on the character screen still. But let's have you be able to stun droids as well. Since you're gray, you can probably use light side and dark side. So, oh yeah, so she's kind of just ever so slightly towards dark side here. Which is a little bit unnerving. But, what are we going to do? Okay, we gave her a light side ability last time. Let's give her a dark side ability. Shock. Drain Force. Drain Force might be useful. Okay. Where are we? Is this the medical area? Yeah, okay, this is the medical bay. Okay, this is where Atten is. So we need to go pick up Atten, I guess, and get to the docking port. All right. Whoa, where'd you guys come from? And why can't we Jedi the fact that there's invisible people following us? Hello, invisible people? Okay, explosion to the mining tunnel. That's right, we can't get back down there. Alright.
What in space is going on? Who's this? Another Jedi? What, did you guys suddenly start breeding when I wasn't looking?
It'll take too long to explain. We have to leave now. Or Atten, there's no time to explain. Grab a weapon and follow me. Or shut up and get out of my way, Atten. Yeah, yeah, we have to leave now. And we're gonna have to do it by going onto the ship, making our way to the fuel line, and I guess hoping that the fuel line isn't currently active when we want to go through it, because having it be full of fuel seems like that would be a little bit of a problem. But it's the only choice we got.
Alright. I'm guessing that Republic ship that just docked isn't carrying friends of yours.
I hope your talent for understatement is offset by your skill with a blaster. If not, then I fear our time together will be short indeed.
Yeah, and I'm also good at running and drinking, Your Majesty. And even if you two aren't big friends of the Republic, that warship's the only way off this station.
Okay. Atten has joined your party. As long as he isn't the last party member standing, he can't be knocked out, and his saving throws improve the more he's wounded. So, as long as any of the rest of us are still up, Atten can't be knocked out, and the lower his health is, the more his saving throws improve. So it's almost like they're encouraging you to have him be a human shield and be as damaged as possible.
Good thing we have a clear run to the ship.
Threat. Master, perhaps I did not enunciate clearly the last time we spoke. I suggested that you should shut down, stay put, and wait for rescue.
What do you mean? Or, no, you were clear, I just don't listen to assassin droids. Or, after all the deaths you caused, rescue is hardly the term I would use. Yeah, you made it pretty obvious that you were kind of sketchy and up to a lot of the problems here, so I just decided not to listen to you.
Clarification. Assassin droid is such a crude term, Master, reserved for Durasteel drones uploaded with only the most archaic kill programs. The function I perform has been referred to as wanton slaughter. I prefer to see it as a means of facilitating communication, resulting in the termination of hostilities.
It's interesting for someone to refer to assassination as a cruder method or than wanton slaughter. Okay, I guess if that's how you view it, that's how you view it. So, are you the one who killed all the miners in the medical bay? Or whatever you say, murder still means murder to me. I don't want to fight you, but I will if you leave me no other choice. Or enough of this, you won't take me without a fight. Or I'm tired of listening to you, prepare to be scrapped. Yeah, so yeah, did you kill all the miners? I guess if you knew I was a Jedi, and if you are familiar with ways of wanton slaughter, you might have been able to figure out a correct dosage to kill all the other miners, but just keep me incapacitated. That, I guess that makes sense.
Indignant answer. Master, the miners intended to place you in jeopardy. I could not allow that to take place, so I was forced to negotiate a termination of hostilities. After reprogramming the mining droids to mine any organics they perceived, they began to kill the miners one by one. Then a series of flawlessly timed explosions drove the miners into their dormitories, where I was able to gas them all at once without wasting time hunting them through the mining tunnels. I then administered a large dose of sedatives to the remaining miners in the med bay, enough to kill them, but ensure you slept peacefully. Of course, against my calculations, you awakened from your tank prematurely. I am ashamed by the inconvenience that caused for both of us.
Okay. And so you ordered the mining droids to kill me? Or why did you want to capture me? I guess I'm not sure that he actually ordered the droids to kill us. I'm guessing that's just a side effect of their programming to mine any organics they saw, but let's see if he sees it the same way.
Answer? You misunderstand me, Master. Those droids were there to guard you. As I said, I did not anticipate you awakening from the tank. You are quite a hardy specimen for a Jedi, a Ronto among humans, if you will indulge me the metaphor. Besides, as you proved, Master, such droids could never pose a threat to a Jedi. The droids were custodial in nature, cleaning the facility of other distractions.
Okay. I'm kind of curious. I seem to have a couple companions that you missed. I mean, Kreia makes sense because she was in like hibernation mode and appeared to be dead, so you know it's understandable that they wouldn't try to kill her even more. But Atten was just like locked up in a security room. You'd think HK would have noticed him and taken him out or something. So, why did you want to capture me?
Answer. It is beyond the scope of my programming to probe the motivations of my clients, Master. Suffice to say that I am being well compensated for my services. You have been a difficult target to find. You have been wandering the galaxy since the end of the Mandalorian Wars, leaving little record of your passage. It is as if you did not wish to be found by hunters such as myself, or more likely, the Jedi Order.
Well, you found me. Obviously, I didn't do a good job. Or who is this client of yours? So what now? Are you going to kill me? Okay, yeah, obviously I didn't do a very good job. That's true. Let's start with that.
Admission? It was a matter of chance, Master. I happened to be serving as a protocol droid on the Harbinger when you booked passage. After that, it was a simple matter to sabotage the Harbinger and call for a retrieval. Irritated statement. However, when the Ebon Hawk appeared and salvaged us from the wreckage, I was forced into a series of rapid recalculations, culminating in our current situation.
Okay. Atten and Kreia seem oddly okay with this exchange. I would have thought they'd have some interjections at some point. Okay, who is this client of yours?
Chiding answer. My programming renders me incapable of revealing the identity of my client, Master. However, I am free to say that my client is wealthy and very interested in possessing the last of the Jedi.
Okay. So what now? Are you going to kill me?
Answer. No, Master. Killing you was never the intention. If you resist my attempts to return you to your KotOR2 tank, however, I may inadvertently fracture your skeleton in several places to incapacitate you.
Okay. Well, I don't want to fight you, but I will if you leave me no other choice.
Resignation. Very well, Master. If inflicting pain is the only means to resolve this matter, then you leave me no choice.
Okay, is everything on this station just invisible until it needs to not be? Let's make sure we have... Okay, Kreia, yeah, you're very not equipped for this. Okay, I guess we might as well give him breath mask if we don't have anything else. Immunity to poison. This is a standard issue gear for Republic forces and most professional soldiers, protecting against a variety of gas-based attacks. Okay. Okay, so I have options of accuracy gloves. These gloves are flexible but very stiff. Though a bit awkward when first put on, they effectively steady one's hands, improving accuracy with ranged weapons. Or Gamorrean gauntlets. Damage physical, +4, minus attack modifier when unarmed. These brutish gloves are heavy and clumsy. When used in unarmed combat, they allow for powerful but less accurate blows. They have no practical effect when wielding a weapon. Okay, let's see, do we have... Oh, the Guidon Beacon's a melee weapon, okay. Okay, yep, thank you. Well, okay, sorry, Kreia, I want to see if I'm going to be using that before... okay, no, we've got a Vibro Cutter, 1 to 10, extended critical threat. Guidon Beacons, 1 to 6. Okay, now, okay, great, I can use that. Miners use these beacons to stake claims on asteroids. It can double as a battle staff, and the anchoring pike on the tip can be used to slash opponents. Okay. Okay, I guess we give you an energy... Man, we've got a lot of energy shields, don't we? Okay, might as well increase her reflexes, because Atten's going to get increased reflexes as he gets hurt. Okay, this implant boosts the regular energy impulses of the nervous system, sharpening the performance of a dexterous action. Inactive users may suffer the odd lingering twitch. Okay, and since she's going melee, let's give her a strength enhancer. This belt injects a steady but slow stream of stimulants into the wearer's bloodstream. That doesn't sound sketchy at all. Okay, we'll let him have the accuracy gloves. Which I know it seems like it wants him to be a tank, but or at least be the main target, but that's doesn't really seem to... He just seems like he should be wielding a blaster. give him the heavy mining laser. This industrial mining laser sequencer allows it to fire multiple beams in short succession from dual power packs. A bulky but effective heavy weapon. An advanced industrial mining laser can double as a makeshift blaster rifle. I guess before we figure out what we want to give him, we should level him up, because if he already has feats for like dual wielding blasters, we might want to give him 2 mining lasers instead of heavy one. If he doesn't already have that, then we'll probably give him the heavy. So okay, sorry, and we're gonna level you up. You're also gray, having either light side nor dark side. You're a scoundrel, so I'm guessing, okay, dexterity seems to be a good fit for you. Okay, securities. Maybe focus on security and demolitions, because those are a couple things that could really use some help with. Okay, I guess awareness next. Okay, has sneak attack. Okay, so he focuses on blaster pistols. Give him improved sniper shot. But let's see what else we can do. Toughness would be good. Actually, toughness would be very good for him, because if he can't get knocked out, the extra vitality would help him be able to absorb a little bit more damage, but then being able to, I guess, suffer less damage. I guess that's not as important. That's not what I was thinking. Precise shot. This feat increases damage done with ranged weapons by 1. This feat also applies a -2 penalty to any attempt to deflect the blaster bolt. This bonus is automatic whenever a ranged weapon is equipped. Okay, I don't think this ability was in the first game. And so this seems like with the having a penalty to attempt to deflect the blaster bolts, it seems like this is probably added into the game to be an answer to when we face Jedi with lightsabers. In the last game, ranged weapons kind of started becoming a bit useless against them, but this would allow characters to continue being useful, because the Jedi will have a harder time deflecting their shots if they have this. So, all right, let's. That seems like a good one, and it'll also increase damage by 1. Ooh, close combat. This feat trains ranged weapon characters to fight effectively in close combat. When the character's target is at short range, they receive a +1 attack bonus. Additionally, when these characters are engaged in melee combat, their attackers receive only a +4 attack bonus instead of the usual +6. So normally when a character is ranged but they're fighting against someone at close range, they normally have I don't know if they have an attack penalty, but they're usually easier to hit for the melee person. This reduces that a little bit. Okay, and it also gives them a little bit of an attack bonus. So that one's also pretty good. Let's go with that for now. Okay, and for now we'll give you heavy mining laser, although since you do have the blaster pistol focus, later on we'll probably end up giving him dual wielding, or either dual wielding or the duelist, and have him focus on. We might have him just go with one blaster, since we're doing the dual wielding thing ourselves. Okay, we'll give you a stealth field generator, so you can be our little stealthy guy if we need you. Energy shield. Give you a breath mask. And okay. Cray, didn't I give you a breath mask? Or do you just not? Okay. You have it on, you're just... I guess I just gave you a transparent one or something.
What is it?
Okay, let's... Okay. Okay, that, I guess those being mines, when I
Time to take you down
blew
to
up one of
size.
them, it blew up all of them. Either that or Cray got too close and they just blew up on her.
Time to take you down to size.
Hey, you can't heal yourself.
Accuracy ratio achieved.
More where that came from.
Statement.
Time to take you down to size.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so it's HK50. It's a HK50 asteroid, so that's not HK47. Which makes sense because it's not the same color, and obviously color's so important for a character that can easily be painted over. So one of your party members is down. Okay. Cray was a little too close to the blast.
Failing, master.
Droid self-sustaining unit, HK vocabulator, advanced mining laser. Alright, good job, team. Do we recover hit points over time? Harbinger Commando. Okay, so this isn't just any ship. This is actually the Harbinger. This is the same ship that that we were on before. That... I think we do restore some health over time, but it seems very slow, so we'll heal up here. Okay, so that might make a little bit of sense.
Something is wrong. I sense no one on board.
You sense no one on board? Sense any assassin droids creeping up behind us like last time?
Everyone here has been slain, yet there are few signs of battle. No carbon scoring, no blast of fire. This place has been hit by assassins of a different sort.
Then what are we doing on this ship? We were better off in the facility. You two are supposed to be Jedi? You two are the worst Jedi I've ever met.
Okay. Well, maybe you'd like it back in your cell. Or it's not too late to dump you back in the security room. Or Adden's right, we need to get off this ship. Calm down, we need a plan, not accusations. There's nowhere else to go, the facility is sealed off. I'm kind of curious, Adden, how many Jedi have you actually met? And how do you rank them? Although, admittedly, I guess we haven't been too terribly impressive so far. So, I think the best way to defuse the situation is to ask Atten if he would like it back in his cell.
Maybe I would. At least I was safe there.
We cannot go back into the facility. If the assassin machine was correct, then we cannot reach the hangar. Be silent. I need some time to think.
Okay. No, I saw this vessel dock. When it did, a fuel pipe entered the fuel depot behind the force field. Or we can bypass the force field to the hangar by getting to the engine room on the ship, then exiting through the fuel pipe. Or as long as the Harbinger's dock, we can use it to reach the hangar where the Ebonhawk is. Okay, so 3 ways to say the same thing. Yeah, we'll go through the fuel pipe.
Look, I don't mean to cast another shadow on this, but even if you could reach the ship you came in on, it wouldn't matter. You'll need the orbital drift charts to clear the Paragus asteroid field, unless you want to have the shortest flight out of Paragus ever recorded.
Okay, then how did this ship dock here? Or why don't we steal this ship? If we survive Paragus, we can take control of this ship. Or, well, if you got an idea instead of another complaint, let's hear it. No, we want to take the Ebonhawk. It's like a cool little smuggler freighter, not a huge warship that would be really probably a lot more comfortable, especially if we end up getting more companions like we did last time. So, but yeah, how did this ship dock here if it needs the if it needs the asteroid charts.
Well, of course they have the asteroid drift charts in their Navicomputer. They'd have to.
So let's get their codes then. Then we can worry about reaching the Ebon Hawk. Or let's focus on the problem we can solve, getting the codes. Otherwise, getting to the hangar means nothing. I think we can get there. Anybody see any problems with getting to the Navicomputer? Okay. Yes, let's just get their codes.
Well, we'd have to get to the bridge. I mean, well, that's the biggest problem I can see.
That is a sound plan for the moment. Let us go.
Now that you have a party, certain actions and dialogue responses will increase or decrease your influence with your companions, depending on their personalities. Some respect cruelty, while others may respect nobility, loyalty, cleverness, brute force, and so on. The higher your influence with a companion, the more your alignment affects theirs. An extreme high and low influence with a companion can open up additional dialogue choices. There are benefits to both, so treat them as you will. Okay, so that's good. There are benefits both to extreme high influence and extreme low influence, I guess, if I'm reading this correct. Which, if we end up with a bunch
Our enemies gather while we wait here.
Kreia, I am trying to stream here, if you don't mind. So, where was I? If we end up with a bunch of companions, with all these different personalities, of course it makes sense that we're not going to be able to please everybody. If we're like, oh, I'm going to be a kind light Jedi, that might upset people who are of a darker inclination. And so it's nice that even if we end up upsetting many of our companions, we can still have some benefits to that, so it's not like we're just completely out of luck. Okay, so let's see. Forgive me, Kreia, I was distracted for a moment. I'll be more mindful of the present. Or watch that tone, old woman. I will not be lectured by you. Or, Atton's plan was a good one. Let's head to the bridge and get the drift charts. Was that really Atton's plan, though? It seemed like Atton was just kind of complaining about how we would need the drift charts and there was no way to do it, and then we were the ones to suggest, hey, let's just take the ones that they have. Or I'm still debating about whether we should just leave Atton here or not. Or feel free to stay behind, Atton. We could use someone to soak up some blaster shots from any more assassin droids. Okay, I guess this is probably why they tell you about the high and low influence thing right here, because now I'm guessing several of these are it seems like several of these might upset one or both of our companions. Okay, I guess, yeah, I was a little distracted. This is kind of a serious situation. I'll try to be more mindful of the present in the future, although I won't promise not to get on tangents, especially if we encounter some lore.
Very well.
Okay, influence gained, Kreia. Okay, that's good. So I guess we can kind of surmise that Kreia appreciates showing her respect, at least, and being polite. Energy shield and blaster pistol. Okay, some adrenal strength. Hey! There's a couple invisible Sith assassins here. What can I do with Mind Trick?
Focus.
Okay, we're terrible Jedi, Atton, but you don't comment anything about how bad these guys are at Sith assassinating. These guys were terrible Sith. Being snarky with Atton might be high influence points. It might be. Get a little bit of hobbitry going. Might do that. Might try to be a little snarkier with Atten. Especially particularly if it's like very obviously snark and not just like cruelty or insult or something. Sinagar war suit. Briefing room console. All right, more logs to check out. Harbinger briefing room. Let's check out course change Onderon.
We've been diverted from Onderon to the Outer Rim. There's not enough ships out there, and we're already hard-pressed to keep patrolling the regions under our jurisdiction. I'm afraid we're going to lose it all. There's just not enough ships and too much territory to cover. We're still rebuilding from the war with Malik, and sometimes I wonder if we'll ever recover. Still, we have our orders, and the Republic's put the highest priority on this mission. Looks like the trouble on Onderon will have to wait.
Okay, passenger transport.
As ordered, we've picked up the passengers from the Outer Rim and have made quarters for them. Once aboard, we've plotted a course for Telos. We expect to arrive within 10 standard days, provided there's no mishaps. I've been ordered to give the passenger no special treatment, nor make any indication of his identity. I have some reservations about turning the Harbinger into a passenger liner, but the orders were clear. Whoever this passenger is, he's got diplomatic level priority, whether he knows it or not.
Okay. Okay, that would explain why we were passengers on board a warship, which this seems to be. Distress signal.
We picked up a distress signal and are sending a message to the Republic for permission to investigate. We have also transmitted the damaged vessel's ID signature to the Republic. According to the message, it's being pursued by Sith forces. There's no match for the vessel in our databanks, but the profile of the distress signal suggests it's a stock freighter of some kind. We'll only know for sure when we arrive, and we'll find out if the signal's genuine or a trap.
Okay, priority override.
We wanted to check with you, sir, before diverting course from Telos. There appears to be some battle that has taken place in the sector, and we've received a distress signal.
You have permission to divert course, Captain. If there's a Sith presence in the region, I want you to investigate.
Course.
The ID signature on
Karth.
the freighter. Did you get confirmation on it?
Yes, sir. We did not have the vessel listed in our databanks, so we transmitted the code to you. Was there a match?
There was, Captain. If you find any trace of that vessel, even wreckage, I want it.
Yes, sir.
After you've investigated the sector, resume course to Telos with the passenger. It is of the highest importance that he reach Telos.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure he arrives intact.
Good hunting, Captain. Admiral Onassi out.
Sometimes I wonder if the right hand of the Republic knows what the left hand is doing. I'm always being kept in the...
Query, you sent for me, Captain.
Yes, I need you to check on the passenger again, see if there's anything he needs. Try not to be too obvious about it. His safety is our top concern.
Statement. I shall use the utmost discretion, Captain. As always, it is my pleasure to serve.
Okay, so that's interesting. We know from the last game, Karth was he the only one in our crew who was actually part of the Republic military? And certainly he was he was an officer in the military. We know that much. And so it would seem that now, at this point, he's rejoined the military and has been made an admiral. And it would also make sense why, when he finds out, like, oh, hey, there's a ship that's hailing that has a distress signal, and it turns out it's the Ebonhawk. Yeah, we definitely want that ship because that was the ship that he and his friends were traveling around on, and so he probably wants to find out, like, hey, what's going on with the ship? Why is it in distress? Is there something going on with people I know, kind of things. So, I guess that's... Gonna keep on... there's more of you guys. You guys are so transparent. See right through your tricks.
More where that came from.
I will silence this one.
no idea what Mind Trick, what I'm trying to do with Mind Trick, but that doesn't seem to be doing very much. Okay. Okay. Okay, Strength Enhancer. Okay, that's probably good.
What is it?
Cray, we gave... Okay, Strength Enhancer is the same thing Cray already has. So... I don't need +1 demolitions, I'll take a Strength Enhancer as well. Okay, you'll need the asteroid drift charts from the bridge before it can proceed further. Okay. I can't go that way. Okay, nav computer. So that, okay, nav computer. There we go. Okay, we can try to repair the Harbinger nav computer system damage. We can reroute the nav computer, or we can slice the nav computer. I kind of like that they give you an option of either repairing or slicing, because it decides whether you're using repair parts or computer spikes, your repair skill or computer use skill. So if you want to focus on repair, you're not just completely locked out of computers, apparently. You know, or having to use both skills. So we have more repair parts. Let's see if we can reroute it. You've rerouted the system and access what remains of the ship's astrogation capabilities. Let's download the orbital drift charts. Okay, good, downloaded. Let's check the logs.
We have taken on passengers to Telos.
Sir, we've just received an emergency broadcast. A freighter under attack by Sith forces.
Can you get an ID on the ship?
Yes, sir. We have its ID signature. It's not in our databanks, but its profile suggests some low-stock freighter. Says it's being hit hard by a Sith warship. Sir?
I'll need to confirm with command before we move to intercept.
Okay, Sith warship.
Report.
The Sith warship is empty, sir. We attached an umbilical and sent 3 strike teams through it, and there's no sign of a crew or its commander.
There's no one on board? What about the escape pods?
They're still in their berths, sir. This place, it's empty. It's like a ghost ship.
Then who was firing at the freighter?
We don't know, sir. The freighter's empty, too. We did a clean sweep and nothing except a lone T3 unit, badly damaged. Did you still want a tractor beams to the Harbinger?
Search the freighter and the warship one more time. If they're clean, then we'll tractor the freighter over.
Yes, sir.
No idea why the Admiral thought that freighter worth all the effort, but we'll find out.
Okay, survivors.
Everyone on the Ebon Hawk was dead, sir. We're starting autopsies within the hour.
What about that Sith corpse we retrieved from the warship?
We haven't had a chance to fully examine it, sir. He looks human, but he's fractured in several places.
And keep me posted. Something's wrong here, and I want to know where all those Sith on the warship went.
Okay, emergency report.
We're still experiencing a problem with the communications array, and now maintenance is telling me there's a cascade failure in the weapons.
Sir, I just picked up an unusual sound from MedLab. Ah!
I have come for the Jedi.
What the hell was that?
Sir, I don't know. Communications just got cut.
Send a security team to MedLab, now!
I mean, it sounded like a scream and then a human voice, so I'm not really sure why that was too terribly confusing. But... okay, so... that guy was on the Harbinger as well. So I'm a little confused when HK said he was sabotaging the Harbinger. I guess maybe he wasn't trying to destroy it, he was just trying to, like, reroute it or cause a distraction to be able to escape with us or something. Oh, bonus mission. Apparently the Republic knew of your exiled status, and they had secretly been monitoring you on the vessel. They even assigned the HK protocol droid to watch you, which is probably how he discovered your presence in the first place. Okay. In Galactic history. You have been out of touch with galactic events since the Mandalorian Wars. You should try to discover what has happened in the galaxy since your exile. Perhaps Kreia will know more once you have escaped Pragus. Okay, so these are some long-term quests. More immediately, we want to recover the Ebon Hawk and rescue T3. I was hoping to find something, maybe explaining more of what HK's plan was. You guys. Atten, I'm not sure you really... Do you really need laser sight from, like, that far away? Maybe if you just actually aim down the barrel instead of firing from the hip? Okay, magnetically sealed cannot be opened. Light combat suit. I just realized, I think, didn't Atten have some, yeah, he's got skills in security, so if we've got Atten with us, we can just have him open up stuff instead of bashing it open and destroying whatever's inside.
I will silence this one.
More where that came from. Time to take you down to size.
Seriously, just absolutely terrible Sith. Okay, escape pods. All the escape pods have been locked. They cannot be used. It's interesting, because on the Endar Spire, I think we came up kind of a similar way to the bridge, but the escape pods were on the other side of the ship, or at least the escape pods that we could access. Might actually be able to make it off Pragus today. Unless there's... I mean, I guess we could always find a computer terminal that has a lot more data logs in it, and that would slow us down a bit, but... I think it's particularly interesting with all these data logs that I've seen a lot of games will do similar things with, you find like little books of lore and things all over the place. But this one, by having data logs, they actually had, the actors record all these lines and did the little animations of the characters, holograms and stuff for something that I'm guessing a lot of players probably just skip over because they don't want the good parts of the game, I guess. Okay, so yeah, let's switch to Atten. Wait, Atten has mines, but I don't. Oh, I guess you need demolition skill, and I don't have demolition skill. Inertial inhibitor. Okay. What's an inertial inhibitor do for us? Okay, defense bonus +1, dexterity +1. This belt's advanced technology suggests an Arcanian design. It eases the wearer's movement, improving reaction time in combat. Okay, let's actually have Atten wear that, because we'll probably get more use out of that than the stealth generator. Have Atten take the lead in case there's anything else locked down we need him to take care of. Okay, some adrenal alacrity.
Are you all right?
Huh? These are my quarters. Or I just need a second. This was my room. Or hold on, I want to search this room. I kind of want to search what was in my room, but I should probably mention these were my quarters.
This was your room? When?
Before I lost consciousness and woke up on Pragus. Or when I was on board the Harbinger. I wonder if there's a kind of an implied duh, since this is on the Harbinger. Or it's not important. Yeah, when I was on board the Harbinger, Atten.
We do not have much time. Whatever you intend to do, do it quickly.
We've been looking at all these data logs in full. We've been searching every room, going out of our way to search other areas. But I want to search this room that used to be mine and might have something useful in it. And now's when Krea's like, we don't have time for that. Just make it quick. Okay, yes, we have an armband and a datapad. JJ48, you are requested to report to the Harbinger Medical Bay for routine examination. The routine is automated. Simply insert the datapad into the medical computer to receive your injections. Okay. What does my armband do? Ooh, +1 Constitution. This band belonged to the Jedi JJ49, who is exiled from the Jedi Order following the Mandalorian Wars. Okay. Might help a little bit. Okay.
I hear you.
Yep, you're up.
Let me take care of this. Damn thing's stuck.
Okay, what happened if we do that? I guess I could have just bashed it open, because it's not like the door's going to damage anything. Okay, and just for 39 credits. Alright, what's in here? Oh, there we go.
More where that came from.
I will silence this one.
More where that came from.
Okay. And another bad thing about these Sith assassins, they don't even seem to drop loot ever. Come on, if you guys are going to be bad assassins, you can at least be good video game enemies. There we go. Oh, we're starting to get a little blue here. That's nice. Okay, we got improved force focus and unarmed specialist 2. Unarmed specialists, maybe we should try, like, just fighting with our fists. So improved force focus. This feat adds +3 to the DC for all saving throws against the character's force powers. This feat is always active. Okay, so that just means when we use a force power on an enemy, it'll be harder for them to resist it. Unarmed focus, or unarmed specialist. The character has learned more about hand-to-hand combat and is able to strike much quicker than other combatants, adding an additional 2 to 8 damage to all unarmed attacks. This bonus replaces the one gained from level 1 of the feat and is automatically gained at 6th level. Okay. I guess if we're going the console route, maybe it would make sense to just do unarmed. Let's try that. Okay, but what feat do we want? Advanced Jedi Defense, so +3 to all deflection rolls. That would be good. 10% of any damage over 20 points. Okay, let's subtract 10%, so that's in addition to the +1 vitality point. Close combat. Regenerate force points. Through training and meditation, the character has become better able to channel the force, allowing them to recover force points more quickly. That could be useful, considering how quickly we go through those in battle. Let's see which... Looking for any that have a level requirement greater than 1, because I think that was the last time we went through these. Mobility. Characters increase their reaction time and speed. The character moves 10% faster. Oh, that might be useful later, but not something we need right now. Regenerate vitality. Recover vitality points more quickly. Stealth run. Character can now run instead of walk in stealth mode. Okay. I think I want the regenerate force points. That seems very useful. Okay. Okay, we can upgrade some of our powers. This is Dominate Mind. Dominate Mind enables persuasive use of the Force. Once a Jedi has this power, extra options appear in conversations as appropriate. Dominate Mind is more powerful than Affect Mind, and very few beings can resist its effects. This power does not affect droids. Okay. We also have Force Deflection. Okay, which would allow us to deflect range attacks without a... Which we'll probably want to take that at some point. We probably don't need it just now. Because basically that would allow us to deflect blasters, bolts, even if we don't have a lightsaber. So it'd be kind of like in Empire Strikes Back when they encounter Darth Vader on Cloud City and Han tries to shoot him and Vader just holds up his hand. So... For now, I guess we'll go with Dominate Mind. Oh, we get 2 new powers. Nice. Guess we'll go with that. And I guess we'll go with Force Deflection as well. Okay, I guess... We'll go with the Gamorrean Gauntlets, I guess. And we'll remove our sword, and we'll try going unarmed, see how this goes. Okay, that looked like an unnecessarily goofy fighting stance there. Maybe we won't get off of here by the end of the... Oh, magnetically sealed, and the Sith assassin droid, or not assassin droids, but assassins are coming up behind us. Okay, mind trick.
Everyone down! Time to even the odds.
Oh, the mind trick worked at least.
This shall not stop us for long.
Okay. Let's level you guys up. Improve force focus on arm special. Okay, yep, 'cause she's a counselor as well. I guess having you also be able to regenerate force points would be good. Alright, let's give you the ability to disable droid. And horror. This power causes all hostile creatures within a 5-meter radius of a target enemy to cower in catatonic fear of the attacking Jedi for 12 seconds. Does not affect droids. Okay, yeah, sure, that sounds like a useful ability. Okay, I should probably give her healing at some point. I guess I don't know if healing's been available yet. But, okay. We'll have you use Jedi powers and aggressive behavior. Characters using the Jedi behavior will attack any enemies they see, but will also use supporting Jedi powers to heal and augment their companions. Only Jedi can use this behavior. Okay. Kreia and I will have that as our behavior. Atten, I guess, Grenadier, ranged. I'll have you be ranged. Try to keep your distance, I guess. Well, I guess he's doing close combat. And he does have his little special ability there, so maybe it'd be better for him to be aggressive. Okay, pursue foes if needed, do not switch weapons. Okay, sounds good. Medical bay. Broken KotOR tank. The KotOR tank was shattered from the inside. Fragments littered the floor around it. Okay, was this where the like cracked guy was? This might be where we end up stopping, depending if there's enough logs. Okay, so check treatment request JJ49. Sedatives administered during routine examination 3.5 days ago. Emergency override enacted. Dosage exceeds safety protocols. Okay, so when the droid came to check up on us, I guess he gave us the data pad and was like, oh, go to medbay. And then got there. During your last medical exam, you were administered a delayed sedative that would kill a normal human being. That must be what rendered you unconscious when the Harbinger was taken out. Okay. It looks as if someone forgot to lock out the treatment request once administered. You still have access to one of the KotOR tanks in the medical bay. Okay, identify KotOR tank. Okay, I guess if we need to, we can use that KotOR tank. Check medical logs. Sith wreckage report.
Something's wrong. Ever since we picked up that Sith firefight in the region, crewmen haven't been reporting for their shifts, and I can't reach people on the comm. The strange thing is, I keep feeling like someone's watching us here in the ship, but I can't see anyone. I don't like this.
Okay, Sith survivor.
Checking the survivor from the Sith vessel. I'm not sure whether he's alive or dead, or what's even keeping him together. His flesh is cracked and scarred, and I'm registering several thousand fractures in his skeleton, as if each bone was splintered repeatedly over time, then put back together. Judging from the scar tissue, I believe these wounds took place before his death. If so, he must have been in constant pain. I have no idea what's been keeping him together.
Ouch. Okay, emergency broadcast.
This is the medical officer. The soldiers sent to the medical bay have just died. I don't know where the subject went. I think he's gone to find more of the crew. With him are Sith. They just appeared right out of thin air, like they were wearing stealth generators, but I think they were always on board. When we stopped to pick up that freighter, they must have come on board the Harbinger. I have no idea how many are on the ship. There could be only a few, or as many as 100. And with communications cut off, we can't call for help. I think that thing in the tank was a Sith Lord, alive the whole time, waiting for something to wake him up.
Oh dear. We have camera recordings? Is that a sleeve? Or it almost looks like his right arm is, like, covered in leather or something. Okay, can we attempt to get chemicals from the medical computer dispenser? Okay, good, we did. Alright. Got a hair or something. So, alright, let's check out the... Okay, we can enter the tank, or we can leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. I think we're pretty healthy here. Can we do anything? Grab some more stuff. Another Mandalorian melee shield. Okay, credits chemicals. Okay, lab station. And can we do anything with this droid? Damaged medical droid? We don't have many parts, but... Okay, the medical droid is now active and its medical circuits have been engaged. It will follow you and attempt to heal you if you get injured. Alright. Alright, with that, I think we're going to call it a night. We did get off the station, I guess. We just didn't get off the... didn't get out of the system. And... so I guess next time, we should be here next week, both Monday and Thursday, Monday and Friday. And next time we'll hopefully get out of the progress system altogether and find what awaits us beyond. I guess, have we even really gotten to what the main story is? We know that there's... I mean, there's something about people wanting to... like, apparently there's a bounty out for Jedi, so I guess that's going to be something we'll be investigating. We have this guy apparently trying to track us down, so I guess that'll also play into it, but apart from that, it's been mostly just kind of a, hey, mysterious stuff's going on, everybody's after you, and the station's in danger, so we need to get out of here, and that's our top priority. As opposed to in the first one where it was, yes, we had to escape the planet, but our main goal was, hey, we need to find and rescue Bastila, then we can escape the planet. So, I guess next time we'll hopefully be able to find out some more of the story, and see where it goes from there. So, with that, thank you for joining me. Have a good week, and see y'all next time. Bye.